Okay, so that's one. And that could be another one. Let's go down to the 1 minute chart. And possibly down here. Doing another replay. Because we are trying to get better and better and better at understanding the market. That's the only way we get better. That's the only way we can be professional. That's the only way we're going to turn this into a career that pays the bills, is by practicing and practicing and practicing. The brain is incredibly resilient. The mind is incredibly powerful. So I'm willing to push my mind, and I'm willing to push the brain to the limits of what I'm capable of. Whereas the body can only manage so much. The body can only be pushed so far before it breaks. And I've been pushing my body for too far, for too long, and I have ground my joints into dust. I walk funny. I sit lopsided. One side of my body is always in pain. And this is because I work hard and I play hard. But I'm getting older now and I can't continue doing that. I can't keep doing that. I can't keep pushing my body to the brink of suffering. But I can keep pushing my mind further and further. I can keep challenging it. I can make it stronger. I can make it better. I try to fill my mind with interesting things. I don't want to say only good things, because that's weird. I don't think you can fill your mind with only good things, because what are good things? Is good things math? Is good things art? Is good things literature? And what kind of literature? Comic books? Are comic books good things, or are nothing but words good things? And is happy music good, or is interesting music good? So I try to keep my mind learning. Let's put it that way. I try to keep my mind constantly learning and discovering and exploring. And I find that there are no limits to what I can explore, what I could learn. If I wanted to learn a new language, I'm capable of that. We're all capable of it. Let's put it up here. And then I can learn another new language, and I can keep learning new languages. If I wanted to get better at math, I could keep learning math. And I can train my brain to learn information, to retain information, to process information. But if I wanted to be an Olympic level tennis player, I don't have not a lot of chance that I'll do that. Even to become like a really good tennis player at this age, the odds are against me. Or if I wanted to be like a world class aggressive inline skater at this age, it's near impossible. I mean, when I was young, I could skate and fall and tumble and my body could take it. But at this age, I can't do that. I can't push myself. I can't without fracturing some part of my body. But the mind, I can keep pushing, and I can keep pushing, I can keep learning, and I can keep exercising, and I can keep exploring. And there are no bounds to how far I can push the mind. It's like, I've said this before in another stream, is close your eyes, and in your mind, walk forward as far as you can go. And once you've gone that far, keep walking. You can keep walking infinitely in your mind. Create a room in your mind and then put your hand against the farthest wall. And then push through that wall and keep walking. And you could keep walking for as long as you can imagine yourself walking. There is no limit inside your brain. And I've tried. I've explored the deepest reaches inside my mind. And I've tried to walk as far as I can. On sleepless nights, when I'm laying in bed thinking about tomorrow and I can't sleep, I close my eyes and I just start walking. I even start flying. I'll fly up through space. I'll look, okay, how high is the ceiling in my head? How high is it? And I'll just fly up and I'll fly out of the stratosphere. I'll fly into space and I'll just keep flying, and pretty soon I fall asleep. I fall asleep before I reach any boundaries in my mind. So that's how powerful your mind is. That's how big the mind is. So that's why we're doing this. We are pushing the brain and the mind to really understand what we're doing with the market. Because at this point in my life, it is easier for me to expand my mind than it is to expand my body. Because I can't work hard anymore. I cannot do manual labor anymore. My body is wearing down. I'm arthritic. I'm sore all the time. And this is the career path. But just like any good career, we have to do this for a while before we can turn pro. And the more time we put into it, the more constructive time we put into it, the better we get. So let's continue from where we left off yesterday. And what happened yesterday, we blew our account. Well, we didn't blow our account. We just were $1,000 down. And we are trying to get better at stopping ourselves in the losing trades before they become devastating. So here's an example. All right, let's close this. Let's go for a buy. Our stop loss is about 35 pips, and that is to protect the account. That is not, and this is something that I really, really, really have to drill into my head, because I let the price go to stop loss too many times. This is not supposed to be in play. This is a safety net for when price gets out of control, for when volatility hits and we are not ready for it. The stop loss, if we're going to put in an order here, our stop loss should be here, no bigger than this support system. And that is why we want to either buy at support or sell at resistance. And any trading we do here in the middle is risky, because this trade right here, this trade that we just opened, is in the middle. And from here it could go anywhere. It could go down. It could go up. And it could go against our trade. So this trade is a terrible trade. Ideally, you want to enter up here or you want to enter down here. So that's another thing that we need to get better at. So let's reset here. And now we're bouncing from here to here, and we broke support here in the middle. So we have a level, we have two levels here. Now we're bouncing around. I mean, we could even bring this up here. So here is our big support, our highest level of support that was broken twice. And then here we have another level of resistance. So support up here becomes resistance once it is broken. And then this is resistance. And then here is another level of resistance. When it's above our price, it is resistance. When it's below our price, it is possibly support. But until price comes above these levels, they are resistance. When price starts moving up, it'll become support. When price starts doing this and bouncing off here and bouncing off here, these, oh, I hate when that happens. These become support. But at this point, these are definitely resistance because they are stopping price from going up. So we would be smart to sell because all of this resistance, this is 1, 2, 3 levels of resistance. And that's what I got to remember because I am always buying in the wrong possible spot. Because what happened yesterday, I bought right here thinking price was going to go up. That is a small little thing there. Let's make that a little bigger. There we go. Now you can see it. So I bought here thinking price was going to continue up. No, wait, I think I even bought here. And this worst place to buy. Right here, I was buying thinking price is going to go up, and price just kept going down and down. And instead of closing right here, I let price come all the way down to our stop loss, and that closed us out. And it's funny because the same thing that happened here also happened in the demo account, the one that we've been playing with, where we were up, we entered the demo account at $1,000 and we made all these trades, made all this money, and then here we lost all kinds of money down to $500. Then we started making money again, and we were back up to over $1,000, and then had these 2 trades in, no stop loss, and price went against us, and now we are down $300. Let's look at the report. See what it will show us. There's our account right there. Day 1, going up, things are looking good. We're almost at $2,000, $1,800. And then look at our equity is $1,900. And what happens? We start blowing it. $500, going back, $700, and then we are back over $1,000. 2 bad trades later, bam, we're down. $281 is our balance. $2,267 is our equity at this point. And then we closed 1 trade for $40 to bring us to $322, which is where we're at now. Here is our ratio. We've lost $677 but our gross loss is 3,671. So that's including all the money we've made and all the money that we've lost from that money. Our gross profit was $3,000 at one point. If we made 0 losses, this is how big our account would have been. You can see everything we've done. And it's these losses when we let the stop loss, when we let the price go to stop loss at 35 pips, it's these losses that really, really hit us. So we have to get better at closing the bad trades before they get to stop loss. I got to remind myself, stop loss is not in play. It is a safety net. But I'm so used, and see, that's the thing, is when I started trading, when you start trading, most of the trading influencers that you follow on YouTube will tell you, they tell you it's a set and forget program. You say your take profit, you get your entry, then you set your take profit, and then you set your stop loss, and you let it play out. You don't touch it. You don't worry about it. You step away from the computer. And whatever happens, happens. That's how I started. This is what I was told from one YouTube guru to another YouTube guru to another YouTube. They all tell you that. Don't touch your trade. Don't play with your trade. You enter your trade and then you forget about it. But that's not trading. That's hoping. That's expecting what your analysis is telling you and then hoping that it plays out. And now my mentor, Jean-Francois Boucher, tells me that, you have to be an active trader. You have to be there. You have to participate in the market to make sure you don't lose money. And as soon as the trade goes against you, then you need to decide, okay, what are you doing now? What are you doing here? Are you going to let the trade go to your stop loss, or are you going to stop and then start again? And a small loss can be made up easily. If I let's open a buy. Let's open a buy here. We'll do our 35 stop loss and our price. I'm not focused on the win because, on the take profit, because I want to see at what point do you get out when price goes against you. And it's already against us. And we're in the money. Now we're out. And we're out. We're at $130. Our max loss could be $17.50. But that's a terrible, terrible exit. If I get out here, all right, I can say, okay, I don't like the way this is going. I think this is resistance. So I'm going to have to change my bias. I'm going to step out now. I'm going to step out at a $130 loss. And I'm going to watch the market a little bit more, because this area right here is resistance right now. And we are up against resistance. So I'm going to wait and see what price is going to do. And this right there should tell you it's rejecting. It's come here and it's rejecting time and time again. So this looks like a really strong resistance. I'm going to change my bias from a buy to a sell. So let's set everything. And remember, we're at a loss now of $130 because we stopped it right then. So let's go in with our stop loss, 1750, and then our take profit, 150. That's 3 pips. And we're just watching. Was changing our bias a good thing? Looks like it's rejected again. Nope. And once again, we are now $400 negative. But I have all this history here to tell me the sellers are in play. Am I going to stay a seller here? Am I going to change from being a buyer to a seller? I think I'm going to stay a seller. I mean, we could probably speed this up a little bit more. Another thing I want to remind you is that this isn't so much this line here. This is a zone, more like that. This is what we're looking at. I just don't want to put all these boxes all over my chart. It's just easier to see this line and imagine the zone. And there we go. So we took a $130 loss. We were $400 in drawdown at these points up here. But based on what we see happening over here, we got sellers coming in hot, buyers trying to bring it back, but we also know that this is just a retracement of all this. This right here, this right here. I wish there was like a... Right there. This right here is people taking profit from this action right here. From this move, people are getting rid of, or they're collecting their profit from the move that they made here. Price comes up to here, sellers are going to come back and start making money again. And then that's what we have happening here. We have take people from this sell up here and this sell right here are once again taking profit, and it's taking a lot longer because we have more money to give away. But sellers are hot, so that's what we're doing, and that's what we should have been doing. We shouldn't have been buying here. We shouldn't have been buying here. We should be selling every move up. But what was it? We were in 130. We were down 130. So a loss at 130 is just one trade away from correcting itself. Because now we're in the money, $20. And we can keep on playing. We're selling the green candles. Let's sell. We're close to the zone. I feel confident that we can sell here. So let's take our take profit, 150, and our stop loss right there. But this does not mean, okay, I'm going to say that before every time I place a stop loss. This does not mean we let price go to stop loss. So let's get that out of the picture. Oh, did you see that? It came right up to it. and was like, nope. Look at that right there. Right there. So we're in this just a little bit longer. Probably speed it up a little bit. Ooh, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and close it because we're in loss again. $315. And based on what we see here, I'm guessing it's gonna I'm gonna say it's gonna touch down one more time down here. So what is the decision we have to make? We are at resistance. It hasn't really become support. In order for it to become support, this is what I want to see. I want to see it to come up high here, touch down again, and then take off. That will tell us that this has become support, but what it's doing is the opposite. It's coming up to resistance and rejecting, and then coming up to resistance and rejecting, and coming up to resistance and rejecting. And since I think there's going to be another touchdown, I'm going to go in for another sell at this point. And then we'll set our stop loss. And our take profit at 3 pips. That's close enough. All right, let's see. There, right there, man, instantly. So now we're only half of our loss. One more trade, and that gets us over. So we got to play this really, really, really smart. And we're still in our seller's bias. And I still think price is going to touch down one more time. So this is what we're expecting. Price comes up here and then comes down, and then we'll take off for the buyers to come in and start their turn. So let's go ahead and see what happens. All right, I think, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and enter for a sell. Take our stop loss up and our take profit down. 150. All right, we were $80. Oof. This is looking a lot like the other play. This is looking a lot like what I said in order for it to become support, it's going to go up, it's going to break, and it's going to bounce up. So this is probably what we're looking at now. Now what do? It broke up above resistance, and it's going to come back down and turn into support. So I'm not going to close out yet. I'm going to wait for it to come down closer to our entry, and then I'm going to close. I'm going to close at break even if I can, or as close to break even as we can get it. Just waiting for the move. It shouldn't be going too much higher. Also, we have to ask ourselves, what is the most I'm willing to lose? At what point am I willing to absolutely close this trade if it doesn't come back down? if this price doesn't come back down to retest support, at what point do I close? I don't want to let it go to our stop loss, that's for sure. Let's see, 1750. But I also don't want to lose too much money. I'm comfortable losing, let's say 2 trades worth. So that's what? $300. When you find, and that's the thing too, it's like, okay, there are times there where you can knock out at least 3 to 5 trades consecutively. So 5 trades would be, let's see, 3 trades. 2 trades is 300, 450, 600. So $600 I think is my limit. That's what I'm comfortable. That's 5 trades. I think that's 5 trades. Did I do my math right? Let me just double check that. I don't want to. No, that's 4 trades. Yeah, so 4 trades. I'm confident we can do 4 trades. So $600. We just need to find our groove, and right now we haven't found it. So let's if it gets to 600, I'm closing it out. Let's pick this up just a little bit more. Ooh, we came close. And it looks like we're going to hit 600. So I'm out. I'm done. Now we just need about 4 trades. 5 trades puts us back in the money. And 1 more trade just continues to make life hard for us. But let's look at this again. There are so many mistakes that we were making here too. We have the New York Open right here. We've been placing orders after lunch, which is a terrible, terrible time to place orders. If we were going to make any money or any smart moves, oh man. Okay. We have to play the open right here. This is the area where we're going to make the most money with the most opportunity. And that is what I keep forgetting. When we started losing in London, oops, that's not what I meant to do. When we started losing in London, we were trading after the open again. And then here we were trading after the open, or I think it was in Tokyo. So let's get rid of these and start fresh. We are going to wait for London Open. Got price moving. Also, remember, we are expecting price to touch down 1 more time sometime in the future. And we also have the New York high that we're contending with. We have the high and the low. And we are closer to the high, so we'll get a right there. There's the test of the high. Rejection. It's going back to retest it. And doesn't look like it rejected again. 3rd time's a charm. And rejected. looks like the sellers are back just in time for London to open. We got London opening up right here. And what did it do? Price is coming down to our zone right here. You see that? Which is interesting. The funny thing is the probability, we knew that there was a probability of price coming back to this area. And from here, price is going up to test the New York high. So we could have placed orders all up here to sell. Just like this. Well, touch the high. Let's open a sell order and we can play the swing trader for a while. Let's make our stop loss. Let's not even put in a stop loss. We'll just close it manually when things start getting good, because we are so certain that price is going to test this level again, that we're willing to hold until it does. Do we close? And then here, oh, do I close here? Because, oh man, what happened? Oh, it set the stop loss. All right, let's try that again. All right. So we know price is eventually going to come down here. On a larger scale, this is resistance and this is support. So we're going to place our sell order, stop loss up top, and we're going to manually close our stop or a profit. And it's like, we're already $400 in the money, but we know that price is going to come down to here. Should we wait? Yeah, I'm going to wait. But then this is where things get like uncomfortable. This is where you have to have nerves of steel. You have to have the calm and coolness of a cucumber to not get scared when price keeps testing resistance, and not to step out and seeing your profits go from $400, $300 to zero and possibly to negative. You're watching just price go up and down, up and down, up and down. What do I do? Do I close? I'm in the money. What's going to happen? Oh, I'm out of the money. How long is it going to... Okay, it's in, and it's a roller coaster ride. Your emotions are all over the place with this, and the doubt will really, really, really set in at this point. Am I right? Did I wait too long? Should I have closed? What do I do? This is when you have to trust yourself and know that it's going to come down here. Price is going to test again. So I'm just going to wait. And there you go. $1,000, almost $2,000. And you can be like, yeah, I'm going to close now. This is good. And you close. So that's one way you can play that, is you know that price is going to come back here. You have your support. You have your resistance. All you have to do is have patience and a little bit of nerve to just sit and wait and wait. Sometimes I can do that. I find that every once in a while I have that kind of trade where I can let it ride, where I get in at the right moment, the right time, and then you just let it ride. You push it as far as it can go until you get to the bottom and you're like, yeah, I'm comfortable with this. I'm closing it. But at this point in my career, it is rare. It only happens sometimes. I'm much better with the scalping, with the short trades. Because other times I'm sitting on a trade like this, and instead of coming down here, it goes up one more time before it retests the bottom. So let's get ready for the London Open, and we'll try and decide what we're going to do. We got our support, we got our resistance. We've already bounced off once from the bottom, once from the top. And now we are testing support again. And let's see how this plays out. So we've already have a move up. But remember, the strongest price action are these moves right here. Sellers. Sellers. So we have strong sellers right here. Because compared to the sellers, look how long it's taking the buyers to push price up. It is taking them almost 2 whole sessions. Where right here and right here, sellers just pushed price down in almost like what is that, like an eighth of a session? A quarter of a session? Those are what you need. Those are what we're looking at. These price moves right there. It took buyers so long just to push the price up. And again, right here, look how fast the sellers came in. And from up here, they pushed price down real fast. So we know the sellers are hot. And this right here is looking a lot like this over here. We are at support. Will the sellers push through support and make a resistance? This is what we're looking at. This is the possibility. I wouldn't say possible. This is the probability. Is we have strong sellers right here, price going up, and we're going to be looking at this again, where they're going to push through. Price is going to test here and then reject. Uh-oh, what did I do? There we go. So this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm going with right here. I think they're going to keep pushing price down because sellers are really strong right now. And this is a big move. So we're waiting for a nice big green candle right there. We're kind of at the top here. This right here is looking like a zone right here. So we have a tap, tap, breakthrough, and let's see if it holds. If price breaks down again, we're going to go for the sells. But if price continues to go up, we're going to wait for the opportunity to sell better. Hopefully we can sell higher. Otherwise, we're jumping in. And it looks like price is having a hard time. There it is. Will it keep? Looks like we hit another zone of resistance right around here. This area right here. The higher it gets, the better it gets for selling. Because we want to sell high when price gets high, because the higher that price gets, the more we can make money. And it looks like we are going for resistance. And we may have found it. It does look like it's going for the top. I don't know if it doesn't. Let me gather my thoughts for a second. I don't think it's really trying. It's really pushing for that high right there. the New York high, and then the Tokyo high, and then London is just pushing to bring price up to that. Let's see if it can keep it going. And it is struggling right here. But I'm really not feeling the sell yet. In fact, remember what we were talking about? How the sellers came in hot here. They came in hot right here. And then it took the buyers so long to push price up. And then we got over here. We got the sellers coming in hot. But then we have the buyers equally taking the price back up without hesitation. So it didn't take them 3 sessions to do it this time. It took them the same amount of energy to push price up as it took to push price down. Look, almost like a mirror image. Right here, you have this zone right here that almost matches right there, the energy right there. And it comes down, comes back up, and we have this spot right here. And they push it up. So this may change our bias. We may become buyers. We may see price do what we thought was going to happen here when we thought price was going to come back down, retest, and reject. We may see that happen up here where price now goes up, tests, and then flies, just takes off. So I'm looking at this and I'm figuring out, what do I feel? What is price telling me? Price telling me that there are plenty of buyers ready to step in. They are matching wits now. Oh, but it looks like we got a rejection. All right. But we also have time against us. So we are now exiting the we're now exiting the London Open. So 4 hours, and now we're coming at 5, and then New York's gonna open over here, but we've already missed most of the momentum. Had we been paying attention, had we been watching price, we could have joined the buyers here, but we were once again stuck on our seller's bias. And judging from this, I'm guessing price is going to come down to about here, and then I don't know, honestly. I don't know what's going to happen. It's moves like this that can really confuse you and mess you up. If you're looking to sell and you start trying to sell here and here, it could really, like right now, I'm kind of flabbergasted by it. I'm confused by it, and I'm more than willing to just sit out and not even trade and just be like, I don't know what to do. I don't know whether to buy or sell anymore. And that's all right. That's cool. We do not have to trade all the time. That's another lesson that we have to learn. That is, sometimes you just need to sit it out. If you don't feel anything one way or another, sit it out. You don't have to make a trade. So I'm going to sit this out. I'm going to sit this session out because I don't know what to do. I mean, this is telling me to buy, but it's already late in the session. That actually is speaking my language right there. I'm going to go ahead and open up a buy order. Oh, I didn't even have time to put the stop loss. So we're going to go ahead and close it right there because we've already. And let's put in another buy. Hold on, let me put the stop loss. Yeah, okay. So we got our take profit at 150 and our stop loss down here 1750, wherever that is. All right, let's let it play out. Oof, okay, this is starting to look bad. Got my finger on the button just in case we need to eject. And it looks like we might be in a zone, so let's just throw in one more right here. Because we got action moving up, we got a test, and we got to push upward. Then we got to break below, break above, test, and then push upward. And then a test. I'm going to stick with the buyers on this one. But if it breaks any more below this, I'm going to have to switch sides. All right, let's speed this up just a little bit. Okay, nope. That was a fake out. And, well, we're down a little bit. So I probably should have just sat this out. Look at the sellers are coming back. Ooh, and they're coming back big time. And then we're testing this spot again. Coming down to test this. So this has been real eye-opening. This is, man, I should just sat it out. And then this trade here gave me such false confidence. And that's probably what happens to a lot of people. A lot of the beginners like myself probably see something like this and we jump on it just like that. We're just like, oh, it's a go, let's do it. And what do? The sellers step back in and be like, nope, psych. And then they throw us under the boat. And it looks like the sellers are coming back. We got a flag building right here. We have the pole. And then we have the flag right there. Carry it up, 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 and then from the looks of it, it looks like they're going to test this price area right here and then slam us down again. So let's see if that is what happens. And we might even play it. If it gets back up here, I'm going to go in for another sell. And looks like I missed the... Oh, wait, I might get the opportunity. All right, so I'm going to go in for a sell here. We will take our take profit at 150. And our stop loss somewhere up in space. Oh no. I'm just reading this wrong all over the place. So the buyers, they stepped in. Oh, wait. Oh, man, I don't even know. This is crazy. That would have been a nightmare if I was in the live market and I was on that roller coaster, man, that was something. This is why I don't trade patterns, because we had that pattern. We have what is the bearish flag. So you think right here, the flagpole, and then you see price moving up, and then you have this another sellers just faking out the buyers, letting the buyers think that it's coming back. And so a lot of the noobs like myself see something like this and they're like, oh, the buying is back. Let's do this. And then when it hits up here and they think it's golden, sellers step back in and they just stomp on the crush of all the buyers. They just take them out in one clean move. It's just crunch with a fake out right there. So a lot of us pattern traders, well, I'm not gonna say us pattern because I don't trade patterns. I was just kind of using this as an example. And this is why I don't trade patterns, man. Those sellers, they sure are devious. And the thing is that I'm naturally a seller. Like when I get most of my good trades are done while selling. I've been practicing becoming a better buyer. And now I think I'm a better buyer than I am a seller because I miss all these opportunities. It's crazy. But this is just in time for the New York Open. So just based on that and the price going up and then coming back down this drastically, I'm probably going to start buying for New York. So let's go in with a buy. Set our take profit 150 and our stop loss all the way down to that place, the HE double L place. All right, let's see how it goes. Bam, instantly. And then it instantly comes down. So we got lucky with that move. And just based on this alone, this action right here, what could we learn? What are we seeing? Is price bullish or bearish? Like, it's very confusing. After all this, and then this move, is it a fake out? Do they want the buyers to think that it's a go, and then the sellers step in and just clean us out? Oh man, this would have been a roller coaster. Let's go back to normal speed and see what happens. I don't even know. Looking at this, I'm seeing an N formation. That's the formation that really, really talks to me. But at this point, I don't know what that means. So we can rely on our support and resistance zones. It already touched up, it touched down, so probability is it's going back up. So I'm going to buy the next bearish candle, and there it is. Let's buy there. Let's take our take profit to 150 and our stop loss all the way down to there. And we are ready. Oh man, that hurts. That hurts so bad. So man, we got faked out. We got our confidence boosted right here. And then that led us to making a bad decision right here. And then you see the sellers pushed really hard right here, and the buyers came in very strong against this push. This must have been like a news event. This whole move right here must have been a news event. Man, I should have just sat this one out. I don't know. My confidence is shaken. I don't know which direction it's going. We have, whoa. You know what that tells me? Is that going for the buy was the right move. Man, see, so that's what happens. Like, this roller coaster is what happens to a lot of new traders like myself. It's an emotional, I don't even know what to call it. And I mean, other than an emotional roller coaster where we're confident at this point, we're confident right here. Our confidence gets shaken right here. And then confusion sets in with what is happening when my whole bias at the beginning of New York was a buy. But by this point, I'm in so much doubt of everything that there are a few players on this rocket, and I'm not on it because I'm just so left to the wind that I don't even get on, and I'm just sitting it out because I'm like, what? I messed up. I don't know what I'm doing. Am I a trader? Is this for reals? Am I being scammed? What's going on here? And then right here, they're like, later, loser. When I could have been like, all right, well, I'm going to get back in. I'm going to buy because my bias was bullish. But I missed the rocket. And look at that, man. That is a very strong candle. Man, that's crazy, huh? And that's how it happens. That's how fast it could happen before you even know it. I just want to replay that just to see how crazy that was. So I went in for a buy. My first entry was good. Like, yeah, we got this. Then I went in for another buy. All right, I'm going to buy here. Then price just dropped. Took me out. Swept me away. But then the buyers came back. Furious. Man, I'm trying to figure out like what could have been done. I mean, I could have, because this right here, it was this move right here that really, really scared me. Like when I saw that, when I was in up here and then I saw this move and I was like $200 negative. And then I just closed it because I was like, nah, forget it. But then this happened. That should have brought my confidence back that, oh, the buyers are back. And then I could have been like, let's buy the next candle. The next bearish candle, we are buying. There it is. Let's buy that one. Let's go for 150 and our stop loss way at the bottom. Bam, there it goes. So that's interesting. I'm gonna have to if I had a journal, if I was writing, I should probably journal this too. Because this right here, this really, really, it made me second guess myself. I saw this move on the London leading into the New York Open. I was like, okay, they're getting ready for something. They're pushing down right before New York opens, so something must be happening. And then they pushed it down as far as they could go. And price, if you look over here too, price came down, and what did it touch? It touched the support that it touched once. This was at the beginning of our session here today. And then we were saying, okay, it's going to do that and it's going to come down. Eventually it's going to come back down. And what did it do? It came back down. And then price went back up, and over here, it came back down again to touch support. So we touched support 3 times. How about that? That is fascinating. This has been very helpful, today's session. I'm going to have to watch this a few more times, and I'm going to have to play this a few more times, because this is really, really, like, it's not so much because of the price action, but more because of the emotional play that happened right here, that happened over here and up here. How I felt when it came up here, and I was like kind of discouraged and unsure of myself, even though I said over here too, price is going to come down and retest support. And what did it do? It retested support, and I was doubting myself up here, and I was unsure. And then the same thing happened right here when I saw price coming down, and I was like, okay, they're gearing up for something, and they did. Look at this candle. They were really, really pushing it. But by this point, I was so much in doubt and so much just confused by the market, by the experience right here, that I wasn't even on the rocket ship. And it even tested support. And that tells me a lot about my emotional and psychological state while trading. And this isn't even real. This is the test. This is just replaying what's already happened. And I'm not even using real money, but the psychology is the same. You know, it's still as intense, it's still as confusing, it's still as discouraging when I make mistakes. So that is really right there. That is what we're really, really up against. And that's what we're really trying to fix, is these areas where the market plays with your mind. That was, I'm going to call it a day. I'm going to say that was a really good stream, I think, because I think we learned a lot this time. And I'm going to have to think about this and figure out what my next steps are, how I'm going to try and get better at this. I mean, and really the only way to get better is just to keep going, just to keep practicing, just to keep doing this night after night after night, until I don't get psyched out by these moves. And instead of getting psyched out, I can anticipate it, be like, oh, I see what you're doing because of history, because of what's going on back here. Man, that's crazy. That's fascinating. I'm so fascinated by this. This is it's exciting, and right before bed is a terrible time to be this excited, but here we are. I hope it was exciting for you. I hope it was fun, and I hope you learned something, and I hope it really was interesting. I really do, because I mean, it's really some fascinating stuff. But anyway, with that being said, you in the back, thank you so much for hanging out with me and riding this crazy roller coaster. I mean, I hope it was exciting for you too, because then that was fun and kind of scary, because really getting into your emotions is never easy, and figuring out who you are is sometimes scary. But that's that. And of course, before we go, I want you to always remember that neurons that fire together wire together. But you already know. So I will see you next time. That was crazy though, right? That was wild. Man, that was wild.